Hello and welcome to Black Room. Thank you for tuning in. Today I am joined by Dan.
Buongiornos.
Buongiorno. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I apologise. I tend to have blocks. I tend to be really well for a while, and then
and then drop off.
And then drop off completely off the radar. But,
yeah, but I don't know where to start. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry.
I can't remember what the last one we talked about. I mean, it's been so long. I think
It was before it.
Oh, it was before it. Oh, blimey.
I seem to believe it was before it.
Well, since then I've seen it twice.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I assume you haven't seen it yet.
No, fuck watching horrors, mate. I hate horrors.
It's absolutely fantastic. Just to quickly add into it, I think it is the highest grossing horror of all time now by quite a distance. I know
highest grossing R-rated movie as well, I believe.
Oh, really?
It beat out Deadpool, I believe.
Oh, blimey! I mean, that's an achievement. I know The Exorcist was top, but that's due to inflation. But that was straight horror, and I think Sixth Sense was top in supernatural horror, and it's taken an absolutely ridiculous amount of. I mean, the budget was 35 million, and it's hit about 550 million, which is just incredible for
How
a horror
nice
film.
would that be to have
535
million just to spend on the movie, and then, well, that's over 10
I
times
know.
of that, like 15 times that or something.
Oh, I mean, think I think it's Warner Brothers. They must be laughing.
Yeah.
They must be absolutely loving it, and because there's a second part. See, and I hope they don't go excessive in regards to the money they spend. They leave it
as soon as I heard that, it just sounded like they were just going to do sequels, and I think it's just going to fuck it. It's going to ruin it.
Yeah, no, because the sequel was inevitable anyway. Cause it's split into two parts. The book is intertwined with the adults and the kids' stories.
Oh, okay.
So the first is just the kids, and then the second one will be the adults when they come back to face Pennywise. So it kind of made sense. It was always going to happen. I don't think they would ever make any more, so I don't think Stephen King would actually allow it because it destroy it.
I don't think he's been so fussed. Have you seen all the shit of his that's coming out lately?
I know, it's unbelievable. So you had Dark Tower, which was pretty poor.
As soon as it was announced, everyone went mad, and then suddenly it was Stephen King everywhere.
I know. I don't know why. It seems to be the in thing. I remember I was reading Stephen King as a kid, and now everyone seems to be like, "Oh, Stephen King, he's the man." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm well aware. Like, I've been reading him for 20 odd years." Because you had It, obviously, and then you had Dark Tower before that, and then Netflix had.
Yeah, you've got a Netflix series that's coming out soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched Gerald's Game. It's one of the ones I haven't read, and that was pretty.
Oh, it's actually out, is it?
I don't think it's a series. It's a film.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's actually out.
Yeah, yes, it was out on Netflix last week, I think, and I watched it over the weekend, and that was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I have.
The film was great, but yeah, it's messed up. But yeah, he seems to be everywhere at the moment, and people forget. Like, you think of the films that his writings have basically made. Like, I mean, Shawshank Redemption was a short story. The Green Mile was his as a short story, I think, as well. Obviously, Carrie. The Shining. I mean, it's just ridiculous how cinematic his writings are, and it's only going to continue by the looks of it. I think they're trying to make either a film or a series of The Stand, which is like his magnum opus, which is a fantastic book. And I think they're remaking a few things now, and they're even on Halloween, cinemas re-showing The Shining in the cinema. So it just shows how great his writing.
And I don't know where it all came from. It was just all of a sudden.
I know.
This has all come at once rather than, I don't know, it's kind of spread over a few years or something like that, where you'd occasionally see that where a particular person would suddenly rise up and they'd be all the rage and everyone would want to work with them, and then they just kind of fade away almost.
Exactly. I think, it's one of these things though, isn't it? Like, obviously it's coincidental that all the films were in production and they were Stephen King related.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it just shows, but look at the money that it's taken. It shows that he is a writer that people want to go and watch. So, I mean, fair enough. And I'm sure he's got a nice little
Dark Tower.
Yeah, Dark Tower. I mean, Dark Tower still took money, but it was comparison to books.
But isn't the Dark Tower supposed to be something Warner? Is it Warner Brothers? They're
I think it
behind
is Warner Brothers as well. Yeah.
Don't they want to create like a dark verse or something like that? I can't remember. I seem to like you have
Well,
Marvel with theirs and DC making their own superhero verse, and then you've got I thought Warner Brothers wanted to come out with their own like horror verse or something,
they are. Yeah. So I think is it? No, it's
and I thought
Universal that have got the Dark
that's the one.
Universe, and that began with a Mummy, which was
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
which absolutely flopped this year. I didn't think it was too bad. I think it was cheesy and not anything new, but
just
it
a
wasn't too
standard
bad.
Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, exactly. Just a standard Tom Cruise vessel. But yeah, that was kind of meant to be the big kicker for the Dark Universe, and that was I think they're remaking all the classic
Yeah,
monsters. So Frankenstein,
Swamp
Dracula.
Thing.
Yeah, but from the looks of it, it doesn't seem to be going very well after
Yeah,
the lack of money that the Mummy.
but you do have Hellboy coming back as well
Yes, with a different actor,
soon.
and I can't remember the name of the guy who's playing.
It's I can never. I always remember him from like gangster movies.
No
Oh,
idea.
fuck me. It's like I recognize him playing like a police officer as well at some point, and I cannot remember his name for the life of me. I'm just gonna ping up IMDb here.
Do it. Man looks up things on Google.
Yeah,
As we're here, we'll talk. And we're talking about sequels. I'll quickly mention Blade Runner, 2049.
I have
Which
heard extraordinary things about that. Mila
well, have you seen?
Djokovic?
Oh, okay.
Is it Mila Djokovic? No,
What?
that's a woman. It's David Harbour.
Ah, I was going to say Mia Djokovic as Hellboy.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
an
a
interesting.
woman. Yeah, he was in The Equalizer,
Oh,
Suicide
okay.
Squad as Dexter Tolliver, uh, Greg Beam in Quantum of Solace. I've seen him in
Oh.
loads. He's just got such a weird face.
Hmm.
Um, he was in Banshee, Black Mass. That's where I saw him.
Ah.
Black Mass. He played John Morris.
Oh, okay.
Walk Among Tombstones.
Never saw that.
You never saw that.
That was a Liam
That,
Neeson thing, wasn't
yeah, that wasn't bad. I quite enjoyed that. It's kind of typical Liam Neeson. Snitch. He was in.
it? Oh, that
The
was the
Rock.
Dwayne Johnson thing. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
He's done a fair bit. It's just like he's one of those faces that I instantly recognize. It's
Hmm.
kind of odd to see him play Hellboy, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's very strange. But anyway, as I was talking, yeah.
Yeah.
So Blade Runner. So have you seen the original Blade?
Now, I believe I have, but I can't remember it.
Okay.
I,
Well,
I really need to go back and watch it because the new Blade Runner does look wicked.
yeah. So basically, I mean, it's hard to gauge really. I mean, I mean, it's probably one of my favorite films of all time. I did a review for it last year because it was re-released into cinema. So if you're on the blog, you can find the review for Blade Runner, the original one. So this one is obviously 35 years after the original, and the problem with sequels is always the case of, well, what's the point in doing it? Because the first one's so beloved. So I went into it with like, okay, here we go. And it's directed by Denis Villeneuve, who did Arrival, Sicario, those kind of films, which are absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic. And I think Ridley Scott, who did the original, obviously directed it. I think he's just doing a producing role. And the first time I watched it, I came out going, okay, I need to see this again as soon as possible. Kind of figure out whether or not it's a masterpiece. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, yes, it very much is. It's absolutely brilliant. And I think if you love the original, you will love this one. It's got everything that the original had in terms of like the ambiguity, the whole science fiction landscape, the darkness of it. Obviously, Vangelis, who did the original soundtrack, isn't doing it. It's Hans Zimmer who's doing it now, who is obviously he's renowned for
Yeah,
musical
let's be
soundtracks.
honest, it's Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Yeah, so and it's absolutely brilliant. I've already got the soundtrack downloaded. It's 2 hours 46 minutes long, which seems long, but it ended, and I literally went, "Oh, I could have easily done with an hour 45 minutes hour," which is always a good thing for a film. But I think, I mean, the budget on that was 150 million,
Jeez.
which is pretty excessive, and I can't. It's quite balmy to actually like comprehend its existence because it's not a smashy Marvel film. It's a slow-paced art house film that's for some reason cost 150 million, and I think it's Warner. No, Sony? Yeah, Sony. And they've literally gone, yeah, we know what it's like. We're going to give you all this money. It's an art house film. Make it however you want. And they have. And it's like, I actually can't believe it's been made. Because I think well, it hasn't bombed, but it hasn't taken as much money as they thought it was going to do. But I never thought it would, because it's not an action Marvel kind of Transformers-esque smash 'em up.
Yeah, and I think
Movie.
you'd really need to
It,
see the first to actually kind of go
oh,
for it.
definitely.
Yeah.
And it's a slow-paced science fiction thriller. And it's like, I understand why it hasn't taken the money, and I'm kind of glad in a weird way that it hasn't taken money, because I don't want it to go the way of most sequels where they go, oh, that's a shitload of money, let's make more. It's not the kind of franchise that you can do that with.
Hmm.
So it's my second favorite film of the year. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to go and watch it again. So if you're a science fiction fan, it will
Oh,
blow
yeah.
you away, and everyone needs to see it. That's my tuppence on it. The review's up. It's quite a long review actually. I went a bit full on.
Well,
But
there
if you
is
want
always a link in the description of this video for the blog pages. So you've got the WordPress and you've got the Blogger one, and a few other links down
yes,
there as well. So be sure to go down there and check those out. Just to let you know, you've got a little bit of lag coming through. I'm wondering if your frequency is set a little too low. But
well,
that's
I'm
all right.
not technical. I'm not technically savvy enough to
That's all right. That's all right. I was
play
just
with
going to
my
let you know.
frequency.
Um, I was going to say something as well. So it is Tuesday, Tuesday the 10th. I had to just look at that. And we had two rather big drops today in the gaming community, shall I say. Do you know the first one?
Well, the one is I'm still waiting on buying, because I've heard mixed things in regards to. Now, what is it called? I keep calling it Shadow of War. That is what it's
There you
called,
go.
isn't
It
it?
is Shadow of War, yes. So it's Middle-earth Shadow of War. It is the follow-up to Shadow of Mordor, the second game from Warner Brothers Monolith Studios. And yeah, you are very right to be concerned, because there was this whole big thing about loot boxes. Josh and I spoke about it last week. But they implemented microtransactions into a single-player game.
Ah, for goodness sake. I mean,
Yeah,
why? That is just greedy, isn't it? It really is. I
yep.
mean, the first one was one of the best game experiences I've ever had. I mean, it was it was
It's a
just great fun.
fantastic game.
It
And if
was.
you do like that game, it's got a lot of the same mechanics, because it's by Warner Brothers. It's got the same mechanics as the Batman series. But if
Yeah.
you like that, I highly recommend the Mad Max game as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that when it was out.
Game is wicked. You can pick it up. It goes on sale quite often. Um, and I spent quite a lot of hours in that. I really enjoyed that. But
So in
yeah,
regards to the loot boxes, so they're in the main game, are they? Like the single
apparently
player?
they are in the main game. Yeah, because you know where you could do like time trials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I believe they give you an edge in that. Some will give you like bonuses, so it's essentially pay to win in that case. That's what a lot of the concern was. Now, obviously, the game only just dropped today, and it literally opened up a few hours ago. I
Right.
haven't
I
actually
mean,
got time to play. I haven't actually been able to play it yet
no, no,
and see
right.
for myself. But from what I'm hearing, the reviews are coming out relatively positive. They're mostly positive on Steam, at least, as of the time of
Mm.
recording this. And previously last week we spoke about the actual reviews being around about 7.5, in many cases up to 9, 9.5. Well, actually, no, it
I
wasn't
mean,
7.5, sorry, it was 7 to 9.5. And I was like, why the fuck would you give it a 9.5? It's like, why is it not 9? Just It's a 9 or a 10, and it's 9.
yeah.
So it's just
I
like,
mean, a game review is always hard to kind of muster, because at the end of the day, it's like, well, it's
they're
like
paid
film
for
reviews,
it.
isn't it? Yeah, and it's obviously personal down to the experience. But
Hmm.
I think I went by GameSpot, sorry, and they gave it a 7. And
Which,
they're
in all
usually
fairness,
quite
is a
reliable.
relatively good score.
Yeah,
It's
but if you're
not
paying £50
mind
for a
blowing.
game,
Yeah, it's not mind blowing, but it's still, this is a consistent game. It is enjoyable at times. and occasionally there may be some small issues that you may gripe with. But if it's in that area, some people are really going to love it, or some people are just going to hate that extra
Mm.
30% that's missing or something. But I think a lot of that review came down to the loot boxes as well. I
Yeah, no,
think it
something
was
they
influenced
didn't
by
like
that.
about because apparently Shelob's in it, the spider, but
Yes, but she's
not as the
actually the
spider.
woman. Yeah, she's actually a
Which,
woman. Yeah.
okay, which is kind of messing with the Lord of the Rings lore, isn't it? Which I don't mind because I'm
I
not a
no,
massive Lord of the Rings.
I think it does actually fit
Oh, okay.
because I believe she turned into the spider, or she was turned into the spider somehow. Um, I don't really know the specifics of it, but I believe it does fit in. Um, but I couldn't tell you how.
No, I'm
'Cause
not. Like I said, I love the films. I've never read the book, but so I couldn't tell you.
you
Is
really
it? I
should. The
mean,
books are very good.
yeah, yeah. I'll get round to them out of the 50
Yeah.
other thousand books I need to read. But yeah. I mean, I'll probably won't get it straight away. Um, I mean, it's such a shame because the first one was really good fun, and I'd enjoy playing it again. But for a sequel, for a game sequel, I kind of want a bit more. And I know it's always a bit too much for asking. It's a sequel dilemma again that it's incredibly hard to please everyone who was a fan of the original. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I'll give it a wide berth, and I'll look at
It
other
does keep a
videos.
lot of the standard things, so it follows that sort of trend. But you get a lot more epic battles. You go into fortresses and you absolutely demolish. And we tried it at EGX this year.
Oh yeah.
Um, Josh's computer crashed. I say computer, Josh's Xbox One X crashed.
Oh no.
Um, so we got some extra time in there, and I proceeded to continually die because was it PlayStation controls? I can't remember. It was one or the other, and I just couldn't fucking remember how to play, so I kept dying. But yeah, it looked alright. It looked good fun in that aspect, but I don't know whether the story is going to be as good as it was.
Hmm.
'Cause it seems he kind of just murdered his way through now. It might just be a slaughter fest.
Yeah, we'll
At least you
see.
can
Like,
ride a dragon or a wyvern, shall I say? I think it's a wyvern. It's probably a wyvern, something like
no
that.
idea.
But
So what's the other one? Embrace me with the other news.
the other one today, literally about half an hour ago now, the Overwatch Halloween event has opened. So there's a whole load of new skins. There's, I believe, a new game mode as well included. But once again, I don't know, and I'm chomping at the bit to get into it, as I am excited as
And
hell
please
for
don't
that.
ask me the same question you've been asking me.
You have not played it still.
Of course I haven't.
Oh, you trigger me. You really do trigger me. So, yeah, I'll play it when I get my time off. Yeah. Next
Yes.
week.
Well, I've got a week off. Well, the last
You
time I
said
was off,
that.
I was in
You said
Plymouth.
that last time.
Yeah, but I was in Plymouth. I
I
didn't
got
take
a
my
week off
PlayStation with
next
me.
week, and oh yeah, I'll play it. And then we come
No.
back, and no,
Okay.
still not played it.
The Halloween week, I literally do have a week off, and I'm planning on just catching up on everything because it's the fall, as the Americans say. So everything's
File.
black. Everything's
Do
black.
do
So
you need me to consistently send you messages about Overwatch?
no, because I will, as soon as I start going on it, I will prove that I'm on it, and you will be thoroughly delighted.
Yeah, but do I need
Trust
to
me.
remind you? It's like an
Um,
early warning system, like set a message. I can do this on my phone. I'll schedule text messages to you. So every
well, I need
day
to
I'll
make sure.
send you a message at about 6 o'clock
Well,
in the
not
evening.
now. Not now,
Well, I
because
may as well
I'm not going to be
start
playing it. No, because I'll just be bombarded with messages. I need to
every
make
day
sure
at
we've
six
actually still
o'clock.
got it. Oh, mate, no. No, I
Um,
will definitely play it, but Halloween time. And
the
if they've got
Halloween
this
event
Halloween,
is going to be
yeah,
wicked,
exactly. So it's good timing.
and it might even be free to play. I'm not sure if they
Hopefully.
got because sometimes they do that where they release it for half price and all that sort of stuff, and you can play
Because
in the event.
next month we've got
Christmas.
Battle. What?
Christmas. No, wait, no, my birthday's next month. God damn
One
it!
of
I
them, yeah.
completely missed over November. Um,
It's Battlefront next month, isn't it? November.
Uh,
What month? Yeah, we are October, aren't we?
yeah, but we also have next week. We have South Park, the Fractured Butthole.
The Fractured Butthole. Yeah, which I've heard. Well, I heard from
Have you
you
played the
that it
first
looks.
one?
No, I didn't.
You need to play the first one. If you're gonna
You're
get the
right.
second one, you need to play the first one.
Oh, I probably won't even get the second one, but I'll definitely look at videos of that because I
They
remember.
are fucking funny.
Hmm,
We tried it at EGX and we thought, oh, it's going to be a little bit tame because obviously everyone can see it. No,
yeah,
you start off in a strip club as two young boys trying to get some information out of two drunk dudes by grinding on them, and it's just like, this is revolting. Absolutely revolting. And oh, it was just, you kind of looked at it and thought, really? For a tech demo, that is just, well, fuck it, no bars hold. It's like, we're bringing our A
exactly.
game. We're just going for it. We're
Ballsy.
going to show people just how disgusting we can be. And it was glorious. It was really funny. And I can't wait to play it. Silence.
Silence.
I
Golden.
know.
Yes, I will definitely look into it. But along with Overwatch, Star Wars, Lord of Lord of the
I'm,
Ring Mordor,
yeah,
whatever it's
I'm not
called.
so fussed about Battlefront. Battlefront
What?
2. No.
At least it has a main story this time.
Yeah, but that doesn't always mean it's going to be good. I hate to say it, but after the first one, it's like I enjoyed the space combat as crap as, well, I say as crap, as sort of bare bones as it was. That was the most enjoyable part of the game. I didn't really like the shooter aspect of it. It just didn't feel firm. It didn't feel
Yeah,
very
it did
strong.
feel a
It was
bit.
rather weak.
Yeah, it
And
was.
I every time I see this, I see the demos, I see people playing on the public betas at the moment, and it's just like, it doesn't look like it's changed. I'm not seeing any direct change apart from literally new maps and new characters. It's just like, if that's how the game is going to pan out, then the story is just going to feel like another generic Call of Duty shooter, which
Hmm.
is also absolute garbage.
And that's out soon, isn't it? The new one.
Yeah, that will be out next month. Its beta is already plagued by hackers.
Oh, you're joking.
Yep. It's just like, wow, that took long, didn't it?
Yeah, very long.
Hmm. So it's like, I don't know. I really don't know. It's just there's some things you come out that are coming out now, and you're thinking, oh yeah, AAA game season. It's Christmas season for the games. It's going to be wicked. We're going to get some really cool games. And it's just like, wow, this is trash. It's just the same shit. It's sequels or NAF adaptations or whatever.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't really remember the last time a decent original game blew me away.
yeah,
You could say Overwatch, but
yeah, but that's been out for a while now. That's been over a year, and it's like, what else do we have? We have Assassin's Creed Origins out this month, next month. And it's
yes,
just
it was.
like
I've got a bone to pick with them. I am very upset
they've
because I
changed the
saw the
combat.
trailer in the. No, not even that. They. Oh, it's actually not upsetting that much, but I'm quite picky. So in the trailer, when it's like all the Egyptian pyramids and stuff, they use the music from Moonlight, and I was like, well, that's cheap and tacky, and it really. I know it's really petty, but it really upset
From
me, and it really
Moonlight.
put me. Yeah, the film, the one that won the Oscar this year.
Oh yes,
There's a piece of music that they use in the Assassin's Creed trailer that was like a really decent, like probably the best scene in Moonlight, and it just seems really tacky.
I don't know. I haven't really paid attention. I played it. I played some of the demo at EGX as well. It crashed on me.
What is wrong with these games?
Yep. I don't know why. They were claiming it was alpha, but I was like, it's coming out in like 3 weeks, mate. So you
Hmm.
can't sit there and tell me it's an alpha when it's literally in front of my face. Um, and if I'm perfectly honest, I didn't like the combat system at all. I hated it.
You
It's
know,
like I
it's
like
an
the
origin, but is it like so? The story just getting more convoluted than bloody. Well,
I wouldn't
it's
even
just
say it.
ridiculous.
No, I wouldn't say convoluted because convoluted suggests that there's some sort of thought that goes into it and that there is a level of deepness there that you could spend a little time almost indulging on. This is just as if they've just given up. It's just like it's just a copy and paste. There is
Hmm.
nothing else to it. It's just, oh, the apple of Eden. We've got to go back to find it, and it's literally just going to be a process of that. And it's just like, yeah, I want something new. I want something fresh. You shouldn't have killed off the main dude if you were going to do that.
Hmm.
And it completely ruined that. But this new combat system is absolute trash. The guy was like, yeah, so it uses combat systems inspired by The Witcher. I've been playing The Witcher. I spent weeks playing nothing but Witcher. And I understood Witcher. I enjoyed Witcher and Witcher 3. I'm still jumping into occasionally to do the DLC. And I was like, this is fucking awful. It's like, this is just what? Like, why? The
Hmm.
combat is just, I can't explain it. It's just so shit. You get no sort of fluidity in the fights that you used to, where you felt really superhuman, where you could
Hmm.
block and parry and then fight back. It's none of that. It's literally you just wail on this person as much as you can, and especially when you're given a tech demo with no actual clues of how to play the game or fight people, you're just literally at it. It just kind of left me a bit like, meh, that's really shite. Especially when I started a mission. I say a mission. I ran down and I caught someone's attention. It started a cutscene of some sort, and I then decided to shoot my bow, which was a clumsy affair to begin with, at a vulture. Said vulture spazzed the fuck out and decided it didn't want to die after an arrow to the head, and proceeded to consistently dive at the floor at me. But it was still too far. But because it kept coming too close to me, I couldn't aim at it, so I had to keep
Oh.
moving back and just kind of sporadically shoot at this thing, and it took like 6 or 7 arrows for this fucking vulture to die. And it was like, what am I watching? I think I broke that game the most I have ever broken a game before. And this was at a convention. It's like that's not what you need to be seeing.
No, definitely not. If they're trying to show their game off in a
Yeah,
good
I
light.
know. She's like, you're fucking kidding me. This is absolute trash garbage. I don't know. But you were talking about crappy music. I wanted to quickly jump onto crappy music in the Pacific Rim trailer, the new one.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
what is going on? It felt like they just jammed it in. It
That
didn't make any
was
sense.
so bad. So bad. Tupac is literally rolling in his grave right at this moment.
Well, what is the mix? Like, who's it with?
I have no idea.
It sounded terrible. It had no beat to it. I'm not
I
the
wouldn't say
best
it had
person
no
to ask
beat
when
to
it
it. It had
comes to.
no rhythm to it. It had no flow to it. It was just
Hmm.
mashed. It was just like, fuck it, let's do it. It's like, shit, we need to get this trailer out. Take some of that music and take some of that and mash it together. And that'll do the job. And it's just like, wow, that was fucking awful. But
Yeah,
what do
I'm
you think of the
behind on that.
trailer in general?
Well, I haven't seen the original. It's the one film I haven't.
You
I
haven't
haven't.
seen the original Pacific Rim?
No, I missed it when it came out, so I need to catch up.
Oh my god,
Or
dude. It has one of Idris Elba's best scenes. It's one of his most iconic scenes that everyone will say, oh yeah, I know that scene. I know that quote. He is, oh, it's, I love the movie. It isn't one of these like Oscar-winning movies or anything like that. The movie looks sick. The visuals are fantastic. Script-wise, a bit lackluster. Acting, little lackluster. But it's a giant monster movie where
Hmm.
giant robots beat the shit out of monsters, out of kaiju's. It's just like, yeah, just yeah, have my money. I was so pumped for it, and then when I heard about the second one, I was even more jazzed. But I just find it kind of weird that how it's turned. It seems the world is now at peace and everyone now has money when they didn't. to begin with because they were building giant robots to try and save the human race.
Mm.
And now the monsters, after still consistently attacking, getting their ass whooped. I don't know. I don't know where it's going and how the world has developed so much when giant monsters consistently crash through the buildings. But whatever rocks their boat. It's Pacific Rim. I will go see it anyway.
Oh yeah, I definitely see it. I just need to catch up in the on the first one.
Yeah, no, I think you'll enjoy it. It's just a shit fest. Yeah, it's just mindless fun.
Good. Well, sometimes I like mindless fun to be.
Yeah, that's kind of why I enjoyed it so much. But and also today we actually had the drop for another trailer, Star Wars:
Hmm.
The Last
Yeah.
Jedi.
The
Now I'm really
Last
surprised you
Jedi.
actually watched that. I wasn't sure you were going to watch that trailer.
Well, it came. When did it come out? It came out early this
Today.
morning,
Yeah.
and I was just like checking the Twitter, and I watched it. I knew it was coming today. Yeah, and I watched it. I haven't seen it again because I only watched it the first. I haven't had time to watch it again, but no, it looks interesting. Obviously, you can't ever judge a film by its trailer.
Mm.
Um, but no, it'd be interesting to see what Mr. Johnson does, the director. And there's that kind of weird. It's obviously a edit, that bit at the end where Rey's like, "I need a teacher," and then obviously Kylo Ren's there. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, well, I don't think that's going to happen in the film. So it's just a sneaky little edit that they've put in, kind of
Yeah,
go
just to
make the
kind
Star
of,
Wars
yeah.
community to go, "Oh my god." So
It is
yeah, it
very
looks good.
peculiar, but it could be, well, it will be. I'm sure it will be very good.
Of
But
course, it will be absolutely
I
fantastic.
just couldn't fucking avoid that trailer. I woke up and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on today. Oh shit, Star Wars trailer. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. And I kept scrolling through my feed and thinking, it's not going to fucking stop. Every single channel that I follow on Facebook, it was reposted on that fucking The Guardian, fucking GameSpot, even toy companies that I follow, like toy companies, were fucking. It's just like, please, I just want to fuck it. Fine, I'll watch it. And I haven't seen it since on my feed. It's like fun times. I don't know. I don't know. They market very well, and I'm sure they're gonna make an absolute fucking bomb. But still,
I don't think it'll take as much as The Force Awakens. I still think it will take a shitload of money though.
I can see that. But it's gonna be. I think it will suffer from second syndrome. Really, it could be the weaker of the three, essentially.
Well, if you look at um, the original Star Wars trilogy, Empire Strikes Back was the best one, so that was the middle one.
Yeah,
And then out of the newer trilogy, I'd probably say Revenge of the Sith's the best one. So it'll be interesting to see what the quality's like. But they can't make it shit, which they won't. So we'll see.
yeah. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how they go with it, especially No, fuck, I can't.
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher. There we go. That's the name I was trying to regurgitate. That will certainly be interesting to see how they deal with that, because it seems they might just blow the shit out of her ship that she's on, and maybe
Yeah,
it will
that's what they made it.
motivate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
maybe it will
seemed that they were
motivate
planning.
the rest of them to fight back or something.
Mm.
Um, and the only other thing I actually had to talk about was Harvey Weinstein. Weinstein.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, naughty boy, isn't he?
that is very naughty, but it has also sparked off some other things.
Ooh, I saw there
Have
was a
you
lot
heard?
of
Oh, go.
celebrity kind of response to it. I saw Ben Affleck wrote something in regards to it,
Yeah, Meryl
and
Streep,
Jessica, yeah,
Judy
Jessica
Dench.
Chastain. But I mean, Harvey Weinstein always had this reputation for being just a like a just an
Bastard.
executive that got shit done. Yeah, I mean, there's people. I mean, I think Malcolm Tucker from The Thick of It was based on him and his character. And if you look at Malcolm Tucker in The Thick of It, he is just like he's a guy who gets shit done. And obviously, I can't say because I've never seen him work behind the scenes. But
Well,
obviously, the
what
report.
I'm hearing as well is that just so many people knew about it.
Mm,
It's just he had so much power within the industry, and if a young girl wanted to make it big in Hollywood, you slept with them. It was that sort of thing that was always going back, well, years ago now, 20, 30, 40 years ago, you were hearing about directors and all this sort of stuff. They had that
Mm.
reputation that you essentially sucked as much cock as you wanted to get as high as you possibly could. It was that. Um, but he was renowned for being an asshole, and a lot of people
Mm.
knew exactly what he was doing. But because he held their career in his hand, essentially, they wouldn't say anything. They
No,
couldn't say
exactly.
anything, and that is quite scary. But now it's come out to where he can't do
Mm.
shit. It's just that's the way of the
Mm.
industry, though. That's what I hate. It's like they know.
Mm.
We knew it with Jimmy Savile. Like we, the public, didn't know, but the executives knew that he was a bit fucking dodgy. But it was
Mm.
this dude brings in the money. But it's also brought in
Exactly.
a few other allegations. Now, have you heard of Screen Junkies? They are the guys that do the honest trailers.
Yes, and I saw there was quite a funny tweet by the guy. Is it PewDiePie? PewDiePie, whatever his name
PewDiePie.
is, and it was like his response to, yeah, his response to the fact that he'd been caught being a bit naughty. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's all going on at the moment, isn't it? What's wrong with
Yeah.
people? Can't they just try and find fame
Well, the whole
without
idea
being?
was that he has been, and apparently all the evidence that's come out has literally pointed to the fact that Defy Media, the company that owns them, channels like Orme and a variety of other YouTube channels, uh, were actually approached by multiple women and men acting as witnesses. They just completely ignored it because he had that power. It's just like,
Mm,
oh my god! And they springboarded off the whole Harvey Weinstein thing to gain a little bit more traction for it. But it's a bit like
gone
shit.
quiet.
Sorry.
Mm.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
you went completely mute then.
Oh, sorry about that. That might just be my connection in the background. But it's just scary.
Mm.
Like Jesus Christ, he runs a fucking YouTube channel. It's like he just power hungry cunt. Oh,
Oh, oh, the horrible word.
that was yeah, that kind of slipped out there, but
That
whatever.
is naughty.
That is naughty, but really, Dad, really, it is not that bad.
It is. It's horrible.
It's one of my favourites.
Oh, I hate it. It's the one word I hate.
You hate it,
I really do. It puts a chill down my spine.
really?
Yeah,
Never go to Ireland
yeah.
or fucking Australia for that fact. The
Yes, I can
Aussies
imagine.
love using that word. It is
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'm from sunny Dorset. We don't swear down
Sunny
here.
Dorset.
We love it. We love the cows and the rural. We do. So we're
You love the
fine.
cows, do you?
Haha, funny.
Let's not go there.
No,
But
let's
yeah,
not.
do you have do you have anything else to chat about or
Um, no, watch Blade Runner. That's my tip.
watch Blade Runner? So what movies do we have this week, or what movies are you seeing this week?
So Friday we've got, well, depending on what my cinema shows. It's that time of year now where it's like the experimental kind of weird films. So we've got The Snowman, which is the Yo Nesbo adaptation, with Michael Fassbender and
Oh, I
like a
think I have.
crime thriller.
Yes, yes, that's on the back of my October edition of Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's directed by Thomas Alfredson, who did Let the Right One In
Hmm.
and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. So that looks good. And then we've got the Lego Ninjago movie, which I'm always up
Oh,
for. And then we've got, well, depending if my cinema shows it, there's a really weird black comedy film called The Ritual that's meant to be coming out, and the trailer looks really, really funny.
does that have
Um,
King Batch in, by the way?
it's got oh, what's he bloody called? There's a couple of unknown people in it, as far as I know. The main guy in it is that Rafe Spall, and they basically go into the forest after their friend dies, after like a kind of, well, a meet. I assume it's like a reunited meeting, and then stuff happens. Watch the trailer. The trailer's really funny, and it looks pretty bonkers. But that's it. My cinema shows it. Yeah, a couple of films out this.
Let me just see if I can find that movie. So what did you call it again?
I think it's called The Ritual.
Oh, maybe not. No, I heard he was in a movie coming out soon that was supposed to be really good, but no idea. Not the foggiest. But
Not the foggy.
yeah, that's been the Ramble podcast. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tune in next Sunday for more. Bye!
Bye.